Hiya freaks, today we are going to discuss cordage. Why are we discussing cordage today? I know I'm bored, but as you know, I always got something else I want to show you as well. Try to deliver more than you promise. So before we discuss cordage and my take on cordage, let me show you something real quick. Because if I showed you at the end, you want to see it. Because half of you only watch a few seconds of this anyway. I probably lost half my audience already. I'm already like 30 seconds into this. So let me move this over real quick. I'm going to show you. I got like, I think there's 4 of them. I could have got 6 of these, but I only got 4. You know, I'm robbed a lot. People like to steal my shit. So this is a spring trap. There's nothing to do with cordage, but I would just kind of, when I was looking for my cords, cordage. Gotta say cordage. If you say cord or twine or rope, you are wrong. Everybody would tell you that it's cordage because some asshole says, we're gonna call it cordage now. Never even heard that word in my life until recently. Anyway, let's move on. First, I want to show you this, and then we'll get into the cordage. Okay? Spring trap. I'm sure they're illegal in most areas, most locales. Part of my cold or allergies, whatever it is, I suffer. These are spring traps. Okay? And these, let me see how much they weigh each. Because you will not take, it comes in a pack of 4, I think. They're not terribly expensive. But they're terribly dangerous. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see how she's weigh. Because, you know, you're not going to take, on a bug out, you're not going to take 4 of these. You're lucky if you even take 1. See what they are. This is 1 pound, almost 2 ounces. So you're adding another poundish into your bug out bag if you take it. And for 3 days, honestly, you don't need it. But this is a base camp group. And as far as base camp goes, these are awesome. These spring traps. Let's load one. I hope I don't kill myself. Basically, you're just going to squeeze this down, move these out, and flap this in. So let's see if I can do this without... I know you all want to see me get trapped in here, right? Spring is very strong. You just set the trap like that. Very dangerous. Okay? Very trappy. So if you're into eating rabbits, or I guess in America you have more hair than rabbits, raccoons, let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good shit, fuck shit. They work. In base, oh man, I screwed my mat up. In base camp, these are coming with me. Because we're not going to be able to hunt all of our food. It wouldn't even make sense to. You waste a lot of ammunition. Set out 40 traps, fish net, do some hunting, do some fishing. I think these are very important. Put a little bait on there, and then we'll basically cut off any foot that lands in it. Alright, let's get back to cordage. Snap into action. I think that's cool for base camp. Bugging out? I don't know. No. Tiyawaki. The end of the world as we know it. Yes. Use your own judgment. I bought him for base camp duties. I'm not going to bug out with him. I added another 2 pounds. And half of you all think my bag is too heavy anyway. So let's just get into cordage. The reason why I'm bringing this up, because there's a lot of talk about this. So let's talk about this. Some people say this is better. Some people, okay. This is tarred bank line. You all know this is paracord. You've seen this all over the place. Get paracord, but get paracord, get paracord. You know, you got this. Not this particular rope. This is actually not a very good rope for anything. But I have a hank of Romthgo. Is that the name? Is that what it's called? Romthgo. On Amazon. It's much better hank of rope. Comes in 50 feet, 100 feet. Yeah, it's really good stuff. You want to hang stuff in trees. You live in bear country. Basically, all Florida is bear country. So I like to have some of this, but it's heavy. 3 days? No. Base camp? Yes. Okay. 3-day bug out? No. Base camp? Yes. But if I had to pick, here's a bungee. Okay. These are good to have. I would take a couple of these. Usually wrap them around my bedroll and stuff. And then I would put my, well, I made some straps now. But I would use this to put my bug out leg on a tree and keep it on a tree. Just wrap around the tree and connect it on, holds it up. So this is basically for, like you can climb. I'm gonna say mountain climbing, but there's no mountains in Florida. Okay, but this is good for a lot of reasons. You use your head. Think about it. Bungee cords are good again to attach your bedrolls and stuff onto your bag, and then you can use this to attach your bag around the tree. Keep it off the ground. You want your bug out bags off the ground. So bungees are good too. Use your head. You don't have to take it all. Excuse me. I know. Here I am hacking again. Bank line is very good for a lot of reasons. Is it better than this? Well, it's different than this. They both got different applications. With the paracord, at one point, like 15 years ago when I got to this, everybody was all about paracord. And I get it. A lot of us are military, and you know, this is what holds the parachutes onto you, is the parachute cord. Paracord is good because, well, as a lot of you know, it's got many uses. Okay? And here, for those who don't know, it's full of strands. Okay? So it's got so not only just for tying stuff, but you can also take these fibers out and you take 100 feet of it, pull out 100 feet of this piece of crap. You know what? Let me cut it off a piece. This is actually not very good paracord. It's by Walmart or something. I usually buy the better stuff. I don't know where this came from, to be honest with you. But what I don't like about paracord is that it's slippery. Okay? So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you're not going to make shoelaces out of it. I mean, you can, but since it's so slippery, your shoelaces always come undone. But you can take this out. This has got another resource besides the paracord. And you can use this, cut a piece of 20 feet, 10 feet, and now you got fishing line. So this works well as a fishing line. And it floats. So if you're into flies, if I was to fish out in the wild, in a bug out, I would just use flies because, you know, I like flies. So I think flies catch more fish than basically anything else. With my luck anyway. My luck tells me to use flies. Maybe you can tie some monofilament onto the end of this about yay long. Then you can just drift it out, drift the dry fly out, and you can get bluegills all day long. Again, and yeah, you cut 20 feet. If you don't cut enough, if you cut 10 feet, basically you have 70 feet of line because there's 7 strands. You would just tie it together. No, I'm not going to do a video on knots right now. You know why? Because I'm not really good with knots, basically. I know a few knots where I need to know. I ain't no Boy Scout. I'm no Navy man. I don't know knots. I know what I need to know to get by. Bank line. Bank line is expensive, but it's very good. This whole thing you don't need. You know, you just take 100 feet of it. Take 100 feet of this, take 100 feet of this, and then we'll get to the jute twine in a second. Bank line is good because it's very strong. It's good for making nets. This is not good for making nets. this doesn't stretch. This stretches. I mean, it stretches a lot. Okay? You may not think it stretches until you make like a shelter out of it and sit on a hammock made of this, which I have done, which I have demonstrated before. It stretches. Your ass goes right to the floor. This is very strong, very tight, but it's expensive. But you get a lot of it. So, like $20 for this, I don't know, I don't remember. But you get a ton of it. This is $9 for 100 feet. I don't remember. But this has its place, and this has its place. This is a lot thinner, you can make nets, blah, blah, blah. Now, jute. Jute twine is very inexpensive. It's 400 feet. So can you read that? Right there it is. If you can see it. 400 feet. Okay. Let me weigh it. You get a ton of it. It's 5.5 ounces. Certainly it's carryable. And it's got other benefits. I'm going to open this up. One benefit is it's biodegradable. Jute is a natural fiber. And a lot of people don't notice, but it is the second most, it's right behind wheat as far as important crops. It's second to wheat. Most people haven't even heard of it. They grow it in India. Jute is very good for a lot of things. They make it actually replaced hemp, I would say. Like a lot of hemp rope, they used it for shipping. Now they use jute. Well, I think they're going back to hemp. But the benefit of hemp was beyond just its cordage. It's not very strong, but when you break it up into fibers, it strikes really well. This is about $1, right? And if you're one of those guys who does the Vaseline infused cotton balls, this costs about as much as a bag of cotton balls. But the difference is, I get 400 feet of this. Cotton balls, you get 100 balls. You fluff it up, and you hit it with your striker. Make a little bird's nest out of it. Okay? It's going to go right up, I'm telling you. So it's got the properties of being biodegradable. It's inexpensive. You can start a fire with it. You don't have to coat it in Vaseline. I'm not taking Vaseline with me anyway. Okay? But it's good for that. So, you got to think, if I had to take one bit of cordage, I'd take the jute. I would take the jute. I got 400 feet here. Second, I would probably take the bank line. Okay? It's tar-coated bank line. So, it's not really going to rot. This will take last. It's not really good for shoelaces. We didn't do shoelaces. No, it sucks for shoelaces because this is very slippery, and you'd be tying your shoes all day long. And this would be my third choice. First choice would be the jute because that's fire capability. Then would be the bank line, and then it would be the jute. They all have pros and cons. If you can take all three, take all three. Roll 100 feet of this around a stick. This is good. It is. But, hanking, this is kind of heavy. This is light, but it's also crap. Hanking the good stuff, it's kind of heavy. 100 feet. 50 feet is kind of bulky. You'll tie it on the outside of your bug out bag, if you choose to. If you live in the mountains, you're going to climb a lot. Bring that rope. Bungees are good, but they rot. The rope would rot. They break on you. Imagine pulling one of these and it just breaks. Whips around, hits you in the knuckles. I made straps. Bungees are good, but I prefer straps. Did you learn anything? I hope so. That's all I have. So, always remember, when the shit hits the fan, preppers will inherit the earth. Peace.